The following program contains mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Golden penis syndrome may be on the rise, but sex among singles is starting to fall. Not a good thing. According to data from the Institute of Family Studies, the young adults under 35 abstaining from sex has more than doubled from 8% to 21% in the last 13 years. We have another report from the Institute of Family Studies. It found that 1 out of 4 women in the U.S. haven't had sex in 2 or more years. Not good. And 1 in 10 haven't had sex in 5 or more years. Shan, tell us, what do you think is behind this great sex depression? It's disturbing.
It's disturbing. And, as to the point that you mentioned, that this has been on the decline for a while now. And I think that we've seen the sharpest decline in the past couple of years as social distancing came into play. It's very difficult for single people nowadays to get that out of their head, that messaging of, if you're within 6 feet of somebody, it's a danger to you and possibly your family. And then you want to tell that person to go out there and meet new people and mingle. That's a very difficult ask. And so we're going to see more startling numbers, I think, in the next couple of years. But the goal, hopefully, is that we return to a new normal. But the real question is, what is normal anymore? With so much changes happening so rapidly and people spending more and more of their life online and doing less actual social interacting, are we going to continue to see a decline in sex statistics? That we don't know, but we do know the numbers are telling us that things aren't getting better.
Shan, tell us, how do you suggest people get out of it? I'd like to see them get out of it.
It's tricky because when we even ask ourselves the question, how much organized social activities are you a part of? So before, maybe you had a bridge club and a book club, and maybe you went to the gym, and then you bought your own treadmill, and then you decided to play online games. And then you decided that, I'm going to join a Facebook group for book reading instead. And then now these social gathering groups you have transformed into these online experiences. And that's the same thing that's actually happening with a lot of people's sex drives. They're finding online mediated ways to engage with their sexual selves. And so it kind of becomes a question of, well, why do I need to do the real thing? I mean, the answer, I think, is very clear. We need it for our mental health. And as you know, there are crazy benefits to not just orgasm, but to orgasm that is coupled with an intimate experience that you really can't duplicate without skin to skin contact. So we know that the answer, I think, as people who study this, that there are so much benefits to getting off your phone and getting out there in person. But I think, to the point that you just made, already we were on the decline of doing social activities. People aren't going to churches anymore. And that used to be a major, arena where people got together in communities and met each other. So we've got to really not just go back to pre-COVID, but do better than pre-COVID. And that might be too much of a tall glass to order. What do you think?
I couldn't agree with you more that, sex is important. It's the intimacy. It's sharing that with somebody else, release of oxytocin, love hormone and all those things. I mean, that's very important to the well-being of all of us.